today's video, we are going to be going over 4 very common questions and myths that I get on a regular basis about nutrition and losing weight. So I like to refer to these myths as fit chick science. So it's like the girl version of bro science. And these myths are things that everyone just believes, and a lot of them are not true, and some of them are even dangerous for your health. So that is mainly why I want to talk about them, because I do not want my people following I'm worried about my people and I don't want them following bad advice. So we're just gonna start trying to squash these myths one statement at a time. So the first one, we're going to be talking about calories and why you shouldn't be eating too low. We're going to talk about why you don't have to cut out food groups or specific foods, even foods you love. We're going to talk about why you don't have to eat every few hours and why you can eat at night. So stay tuned for tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 1 is the most important one. So this is when people think that they have to cut their calories too low in order to lose weight. I will get a message from somebody being like, I have been eating 800 calories, and I'm like, no, I'm not mad at the person who does it because it's not their fault that they've been misinformed, but it makes me genuinely upset because I eat 800 calories in a meal. Now, 800 isn't necessarily even if you do 1,200, even 1,500 for someone really active, someone for my activity level, that is way too low. So we're not really gonna speak about exact numbers because everyone is different, but basically when you cut your calories too low, that is just disaster zone central. So that is the number 1 mistake not to make, because if you are planning on getting results that you can maintain, which I'm pretty sure you would want to do that. Even if you're trying to look good for a certain event, do you really want to go to that event and then look good and then look terrible right after? Probably not. So if you want any results that are sustainable and not damaging to your metabolism, you need to be losing weight slowly. So you don't want to cut down your calories crazy low, because then number 1, you're losing muscle, which is going to damage your metabolism. It's even going to give you a skinny fat look. That's when you lose weight and you're smaller, but you're still squishy and you're not toned. So that's one reason you do not want to eat too low calorie. When you do that, and then what you're going to do is eventually you can't maintain that forever. So I would always do that back in the day. I would try so hard to eat low calorie. I'd be hanging on to my motivation by a thread, and then one day I would just fall off track and I would not be able to get back on because I just felt so insanely deprived from my low calorie range. And then that's when you get into a cycle of overeating and undereating and just going back and forth, and you just cannot get sustainable results that way. So no matter what you do, no matter who you are, do not eat too low calorie in order to lose weight. You're gonna have to be patient. It sucks, it's hard being patient, but it is what you really want to do, what you have to do if you want to set yourself up for long-term sustainable weight loss. So eat your food. Your body needs food to be fit and to be healthy and to function. So if you're cutting your calories very low, stop that. That is tip number 1. Myth number 1. This is not a tip. Well, it is a tip. Stop doing this. That's my tip. So, myth number 1. Tip number 2. Or myth bust number 2. So, this one is when people are I want to lose weight and I don't know what foods to stop eating. I'm like, no, there is nothing you have to stop eating. So basically the myth is thinking that you have to cut out a food group or a food or just anything in order to see results. My staple meal throughout my entire life, since the past few years, since I really got into fitness, has been at nighttime, I have this meal with Greek yogurt and frozen raspberries and peanut butter and Captain Crunch or any type of sugary cereal I'm feeling in that period of time. So the point is, you can fit in little treats in moderation and you can still get results. So mine is the little cereal, or sometimes it'll be a half cup of ice cream, or maybe a bit of chocolate chips. You can have things like cheese and dairy and gluten. The only reason you would want to cut something out is if you have an intolerance, some sort of health problem. But for just a regular old Joe, regular old, what's the girl version of that? A regular old Jane. There's no reason. Like, it's mainly about your calories. So you don't have to cut out. Like, I eat all of the dairy. I eat cheese in like 2 meals a day. If you really, really like want to cut stuff out, I mean, you can, but that just kind of goes back to point number 1. You're not making this a lifestyle. You're not going to be able to maintain that forever. Like I do in my meal plans, I literally include alcohol for some of the girls if they ask for it, because they say, like, you know what? This is not something realistic for me to cut out. So if you're gonna look at it as in like, you know what? I love drinking, my lifestyle just kind of goes with it. If I can't cut it out, forget it. I won't even bother being fit. Like I know some people might think like that. So I want to tell you that you can live your fun, sassy life with your drinks, and you just have to be smart about it. You can still get your results, because if you're cutting out these things that are important to you, something that's really fun for you, you're not going to stick with the routine, and you're not going to be able to maintain your results. So kind of learn how to incorporate those things in. That's what I do. I still drink. I still eat whatever food I want on the weekend. I just live my life. Fitness is supposed to enhance your life. It's not supposed to make it worse. Like, it's supposed to be this, like, you want to be fit and healthy and have fun. Like, what's the point in being fit and looking good if you can't go out and enjoy it, right? So yes, you do not have to cut out anything. Extreme approaches result in extreme disappointment. So don't be extreme, just have smarter portion sizes of things. And that is myth number 2. Right, so now I'm coming at ya with myth number 3. Now, this is not something that's harmful. If you go by this rule and it works for you, then you just keep doing that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, but my problem was when people think you have to do this in order to progress. So that is eating frequent small meals. This one just really grinds my gears. Like, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I can't just drop what I'm doing every 2 hours to eat. Like, that's crazy. Again, like, if you like doing that and it works for you, it keeps your cravings in check, you feel good, then there's nothing wrong with it. But it's not like you have to. Otherwise, your metabolism's gonna fall asleep and you're not gonna get results. Like, I am a busy lady. I eat twice a day sometimes, usually 3. But sometimes I'll eat twice. I'll eat a massive, or it tends to be like 2 large meals, one in the morning, one at night, and then a small one in the middle of the day, just to get some extra vitamins and to kind of keep me running. But I actually find it's more beneficial for my energy as well, because when you have to keep stopping and eating, your body has to keep digesting. And then when your meals are tiny like that, they're pathetic. Like, I love having like a big, massive meal with like a lot of avocado and cheese or peanut butter. And like, if you're having 6 tiny meals, what can you have? Like a tiny little droplet of a mouse-sized peanut butter portion? Like, you just can't. So if you are like, oh, I'm busy, I can't be healthy because I can't eat every 2 hours, I have news for you. You can be, because I also cannot eat every 2 hours. I cannot even eat every 5 hours, to be honest. So yeah, if you're busy, prepare. It's more about your overall calorie range. So if you feel like maybe you won't have time to eat and you're never sure what's going to work with your schedule, plan some meals that you could combine if worse comes to worse. So if you plan like a meal and a bunch of small snacks and you want to separate them, but then you run out of time and you need to kind of combine them, then that's totally fine. That is also something I'll do. Like, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to eat 4 meals today, and then they end up being 2 or 3. So just, it's overall calories. And you want to make sure you're, like, the only time timing is really important is if you're working out and you don't have energy. So yes, it's helpful to eat after and before workout, because you want to give yourself some energy and replenish your muscles. That is when timing does matter. Again, don't be like, I can't eat every 2 hours, I'm screwed, I'm not going to be healthy ever. Because that is not true. Make it work with your lifestyle. So if working with your lifestyle is more like an intermittent fasting type approach, where you don't even start eating till a certain time and then you stop at a certain time, then do that. Basically, timing is so low on the list. There's much, much more important things to worry about. So eat in a manner that works best with you when it comes to scheduling. And that is it for myth number 3. Okay. Our last one is myth number 4. Now, this is very similar to myth number 3. So that is when people say that you can't eat past a certain time. Your body is not going to be like, it's 8 p.m., stop digesting the carbs. No. that's not how this works. Again, it goes by your overall calories. I personally save all my calories for nighttime because that's when I actually have the most cravings, and when I'm just like, I could really go for a large portion of some snack right now. So I actually save my most fun meals, my largest amount of calories for nighttime because it works best for me. I mean, if you have more cravings earlier in the day, then you cannot eat at night and do that. But again, don't think like, damn it, I ate at night, forget it, everything's ruined, I'm just gonna eat terrible now and just give up on my goals. No. You can eat at night and it's totally fine. Like I said, I purposely eat at night. So don't let these myths, don't let these fit chick science myths bring you down and your goals. Like, that's the thing. The first two are actually bordering on more unhealthy. The second two, these aren't unhealthy, but they're just silly myths that are kind of being passed around for no particular reason. They do not have any like scientific evidence. They're just fit chick science. Like they don't have any meaning to them. There's no proof, there's no reason. Your body's not like, we're not gonna keep working now, it's too late in the night to digest, we're gonna go to sleep. Like, that's just not how it works. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore. When it comes to reaching a fitness goal, you can't look at it as a short-term thing where you're gonna change a bunch of things. You're gonna eat every 2 hours, you're not gonna eat past 7, you're gonna eat really low calorie, you're gonna cut out all your favorite foods. Like, that is crazy. Like, you could stick to that for like a couple weeks tops and you're not gonna be very happy at all while you're doing it. So then when you stop, you're just gonna put all the way back on. Like, a mixture of all these things, they're just so unrealistic. Like, you can't live your life doing all these crazy things. So whatever you do to achieve results is what you have to be able to do forever. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to maintain those results. So focus on like making it a lifestyle. It should feel fun. You're not prepping for a bikini competition. Like, I mean, if you are, then yeah, maybe shouldn't be so fun. Like, it shouldn't feel intense and crazy. Like, yes, you need to be disciplined. Yes, you need to like be strict with yourself. You're not just gonna be like, I'm a little bit tired, I'm not gonna go to the gym today. I'm a little bit tired, I'm not gonna eat properly. But you can always do your best. Like, for example, when I ate my pita wrap today, like, can you find something maybe like a little bit lower calorie, a little bit higher in nutrients? Maybe, but just because you don't have a pre-prepped meal doesn't mean your day is wrecked. There's always a way to still kind of like take a step towards your goal or keep on track. There's always a way. It doesn't matter if your resources are limited. It doesn't matter if you don't have this or don't have that or don't have this time. There's always a little something you can do. Things don't need to be perfect. Like I said, extreme approaches lead to extreme disappointment, and you'll be crying, probably. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap up my 4 little myths here. I'm definitely gonna do a workout rendition as well because there's a lot of workout myths that are just not good and making you waste your time in the gym. So we're gonna go over that, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! My spinning got my activity level up. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.